What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Hero or Zero. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again choosing one comic book character, as we do every single week. We do their good points and their bad points, and we just generally give you a bit of a rundown of everything to do with that character. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Meehan. Shaun, how is it going?
I'm going well, Connor. I have to say, I've gone off comics recently. It's just I don't think I'm into them anymore.
Yeah.
But by all means, continue with the show. I'll just be here.
Oh, you're just gonna, like, it's like when you just tune in and then you're just kind of sitting there going, well, I like it because you like it. You know what I mean? I'm happy to see you excited.
Isn't that the main thing?
You just like enthusiasm.
I like people liking things. But no, mad about comics. I usually take Marvel comics, you normally take DC. This is your week. So yes. I am excited to hear probably a no-name character that no one's ever heard of. Is that correct?
I mean, yeah. I kind of...
Oh, because it's a DC character. Great.
Oh, I am burned. As a man who has never worked for DC, you got me.
Yes, he admitted it.
So, yeah, last week you did Namor. And so this week I was going to do Aquaman, but then I thought he's way better than Namor, and it would just be a pointless report because he's way cooler. You know what I mean?
Aquaman fly? Does Aquaman have little wings on his feet?
Damn it, he fucking doesn't. Well, Aquaman is Jason Momoa.
Well, Namor is fictional.
That's fair enough. So this week, Shaun, I will be honest, it might be a long one. And what I'm doing is a character that I think is so amazingly cool, but has only been around since like 1998. Now, he has appeared in Arrow, season 5 or 6. I can't remember which one it is. But it's one of the seasons, and he was in that. But I'm going to just concentrate solely on comic book version of this character. And my pitch to this is that, you know the way when they were doing Alien, and they said Jaws in space. That was the pitch.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm going to pitch to you Batman, but he's a villain.
Interesting.
Yes. So this is Batman with all of Batman's talents if he decided that he didn't want to fight crime.
Is this the Batman who laughs?
This is Prometheus, Shaun.
Oh, I have no fucking clue who this is.
Exactly. This is why it's so interesting. So, we're going to be doing Prometheus, a character created by Grant Morrison and Arne Jorgensen. And where Prometheus comes in is, you know that very famous comic book or Batman thing that he has a plan for each member of the Justice League to how to take out everyone. And what happens is the villains... Vandal Savage comes across that and all the villains find it and then they use it against them. What if the guy who came up with all of those plans wasn't Batman, but was just a guy who hated the Justice League?
Oh my god.
That's the level we're talking here. Because Prometheus' first involvement was February 1998, and he was kind of brought in because they had recently relaunched the Justice League. Around the year, that's really where all of his main stories come in, and this is the very famous JLA run that is one of my favourites. I think the first few comic issues of it are absolutely great. That's when all the new heroes come to the planet and they're like,
oh yeah.
I'm not going to give away spoilers for what happens, but it's really, really great and really famous and a really good story for Batman. But we're starting here with the man that would become Prometheus was the son of two loving hippie criminals who travelled across the United States with him. They committed indiscriminate murders and thefts, Shaun, often of a brutal nature, similar perhaps to the criminal couple Bonnie and Clyde, whose movie they saw on their first date and decided to emulate the criminal duo ever since.
Right, but they're bringing a child along with them as they do it.
Just have it. Just have the child there. What can you do?
Third man on the job. Getaway driver.
He's got little hands. He can get into those Pringle cans. When the young boy asked why the police were always chasing them, his father responded that they were trying to bring them to justice, making the child think that justice was an actual place. Eventually, they were cornered and forced the police to gun them down in front of their son in a shootout. And their son was so traumatised by this situation, his hair turned white from the shock immediately.
Okay, love that.
That night, he swore an oath, Shaun, to his parents over their bodies
This is very familiar.
annihilate the forces of justice after escaping from the police station of his parents' killers. So he escaped from the police station by pretending to be one of the members of a group of Cub Scouts that were touring the station. But when he left, they had killed his parents, and he decided that he was going to annihilate the forces of justice because they had killed his parents. Shaun, are you getting what I'm going for here?
It's very similar to how Bruce Wayne had his, spoilers, parents killed.
Spoilers.
In front of him and swore to defeat evil, the bad people that are
Because
crimes.
A criminal killed his parents, so he decided a crime was the problem, whereas the police had killed this boy's parents, so he decided that the police were the problem.
That's an interesting parallel.
He had inherited his father's knack with technology, which soon became very useful. Because he obtained large sums of money. Now, his true name has never been revealed, but I'm going to be calling him Prometheus from now on anyway. But Prometheus obtained large sums of money, both from his parents' hidden stashes of money and by extorting local mob bosses and contacts using his knowledge of their criminal activities from the age of 16. So,
fucking hell.
As he was a prodigy back then, leaving home at the age of 17, he used his money to travel the world in order to develop the skills he would need, Shaun. His activities during this period included training as an underground pit fighter in Brazil, working as a mercenary in Africa, joining a terrorist guerrilla groups in the Middle East, studying in the jungles of Malaysia, and also associating with the wealthy social elite in order to learn their secrets as well. And he has said that he has learned to kill in 12 different languages. He also only attended the finest legitimate academical schools and universities.
Academical, okay.
Academic.
So he's doing everything Batman did, pretty much, when he started. That's a really cool origin. I like that.
Eventually, Prometheus found the legendary Himalayan city of Shambhala. Now, this is where it goes mental, Shaun, and you're going to have to bear with me. It goes a bit
mystical.
It goes a bit outside of Batman's realms here. Inhabited by a sect of monks who worshipped evil itself, and he fit right in. And so he was studying with them, and he eventually became a favourite of their leader, who showed him their greatest treasure, an alien spaceship upon which their ancient monastery had been built years before.
All about it. Yeah, that's absolutely grand. No further questions, Your Honour.
The leader then transformed into one of the aliens, Shaun.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Didn't think it was going this way.
Didn't think so. Now, this is the only time that this happens, but it also introduces a thing that's very important to this character. The leader was an alien who had first landed there, and Prometheus was forced to kill him immediately to obtain the key to what Prometheus dubbed the Ghost Zone, Shaun. Now, the Ghost Zone, otherwise known as, you might know it by a different phrase by Kryptonian language, as the Phantom Zone.
Where Zod got sent.
So he has a key to the Phantom Zone. Well, he calls it the Ghost Zone. It's also known as hyperspace by the White Martians. It's known by all different types, but Superman calls it the Phantom Zone. That's probably where it's most well known. And so he has a key to that infinite expanse of white nothingness between dimensions.
Okay, and can he go into it wherever he wants? Like, can
Wherever
he
wants.
run away from?
He can go to the Phantom Zone.
So if he's fleeing, he can just pop into the Phantom Zone and be fine.
If he wants, yeah.
Fucking hell,
He actually lives in the Phantom Zone, Shaun.
Does he actually?
Yeah.
He just chills out.
He has a house in the Phantom Zone and he just comes in and out. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking.
Does he ever meet anyone in there?
No. Nobody's ever there. Maybe Zod.
Maybe Zod. Oh, okay. All right, yeah, continue.
So he had inherited his father's knack with technology, which soon became very useful, Shaun, because he returned to the US and he began preparing. And so, what's he prepared? Well, he has a goal, Shaun, that he swore an oath to his parents, that he would stop all justice. And he began inventing many miraculous pieces of technology, including, we're right back on that Batman's origin here, including hardware which could interface directly with the human nervous system, Shaun. And by that I mean, he has a helmet that he can, for example, download the fighting stances and fighting techniques of all the best fighters in the world and put it straight into his nervous system, Shaun.
Is this man Batman combined with Taskmaster?
Combined with a man with the key to the Phantom Zone, yes.
Like like a Doctor Strange type, you might say. The mirror dimension. Right. Okay. It's because it was so tied to being a parallel to Batman, and it just took this fucking detour through magic.
He just has that, and I don't even think that's fifth on the coolest things about this guy. And so I had to cover it because he has it, but it's not really something that will really play into the stories I'm going to talk about him being involved in. Now, it will a little bit, but the helmet is more so where the power lies, that he can download any information, and it's not just downloading it. If it goes into his head, he has it connected to his nervous system, so it actually goes into him, that he can just remember it then.
That's comic book bullshit, and it's insane,
comic book bullshit
really
at its finest. He also had an anvil, or a nightstick, that could shatter an iron anvil. And also Superman couldn't destroy it. It could take a hit from Superman, this nightstick he had back in the day. So now Shaun, he has all this, and he decides to go on a killing spree. Where he shot and killed all but one of the police officers who murdered his parents, along with their families. So the one who was alive could share the pain of being a survivor of a massacre of loved ones.
Oh, he's like mentally like twisted as well.
Oh, he's like so powerful, and he trained for years to kill all of the police officers and all of their families.
But he wants to make one of them suffer.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you? He's a villain.
He is. That's fucking ridiculous.
Now, he eventually decided he decided that he would blow up Congress, and perhaps even the White House, because he was going to go straight to the Hall of Justice.
to the NSA agent listening, in a comic. There you go.
Prometheus wanted to blow up Congress or even the White House. He didn't care. He just wanted to kill everyone who was involved with law and order with the country.
In comics.
Yes, I don't even live in America. Actually, that's going to make me more suspicious.
That's true.
But he's about to do it, Shaun, and then he sees something on the TV. And what he sees is a little team known as the Justice League of America, Shaun.
Oh, he hates leagues.
He hates America. Not like us. we love America. He sees the Justice League of America in action, and he gets a better idea than blowing up Congress. Instead, he's going to since Justice killed his parents, he would destroy the Justice League and suit everything they stood for.
Right, I feel like he's taken some shortcuts in his goal, though. I feel like he did the police thing, and he was just like, oh, now I feel a lot better. Oh, but I did promise to destroy justice. What's the... Okay, now, 6 people, I can take them.
I'm going to say this to you now. This story is fucking great. This comic book. Okay, it's absolutely amazing what he does, and you will immediately become a fan of Prometheus upon knowing what he does here. And so he waited for the perfect time to strike Shaun. Then the JLA announced that they would hold a competition for a civilian to be a leaguer for a day. And Prometheus ambushed the winner, who was a young man calling himself Retro, was his superhero. He downloaded everything Retro knew, brought him to the Phantom Zone, and disintegrated him in cold blood, taking his costume.
Oh no, poor Retro. Retro's only ever appearance in comics.
Yeah, he turned up, he won a competition, he died.
And do the League ever mourn him, or does
they don't even know what's
him?
happened? So Prometheus, now disguised as Retro, was teleported to the Watchtower along with over 100 members of the media, including Lois Lane and, cleverly, Martian Manhunter disguised as Clarke Kent, which, I mean, is just a good idea.
That's great.
Yeah, that's really just a very small thing but makes so much sense. So they were there to cover the reformation of the new JLA for that comic book series run by Grant Morrison, along with the introduction of several new members. Now, Batman was monitoring everything on all the monitors, and he explained that he couldn't find anything wrong with Retro. He was a perfect replica of Retro because he had downloaded everything Retro knew, and he had put on the suit, and he had just become Retro.
Okay, so he's a master of disguise as well.
Yes.
That's brilliant.
The new JLA was quickly introduced, and a question and answer session commenced. Retro feigned an upset stomach from going through the teleporter, and Steel, very kindly, escorted him to the bathroom. And so Steele's like, I'll bring you to the bathroom. Yeah, you're sick. You're the competition winner. Come with me.
You're a guest. Come on, buddy.
Once they were far enough away, Retro uploaded a virus into Steele's armour, taking control of it. Revealing himself to be Prometheus, he declared that, I'm here to destroy the Justice League. He then ordered Steele to walk far away and then throw his hammer as far as he can. Okay? And so Jean, I should say, so Martian Manhunter, immediately realised something was wrong and went looking for Steel and Retro. After informing Superman and Wonder Woman, he instead found Prometheus downloading the blueprints of the Watchtower directly into his brain.
Oh, that's bad for the Justice League, right? Because that's their base of operations.
John ordered Prometheus to stand down and surrender. Prometheus responded by shooting John with a phosphorus dart. Phosphorus dart. Yeah, and then as his powers were weakened, because Martian Manhunter is weakened by that kind of stuff, he shot him with a toxic dart that broke down chemical bonds, rendering John the most powerful puddle of goo alive.
Oh, so he still had all his powers, but he was liquid, basically.
Now, we've covered Martian Manhunter. How powerful is Martian Manhunter?
He's arguably more powerful than Superman in a lot of ways.
Right up there.
Yeah, on par at least.
So, he's gotten rid of Martian Manhunter. He's done. He's gone.
He's out there, yeah.
Yeah. Having lost their telepathic communication, because Manhunter is down, the JLA goes on high alert. And as Prometheus sets fire to the garden, which was responsible for most of the breathable air on the Watchtower, he then disables the teleporters, so nobody's allowed leave. Prometheus quickly dispatches Zoriel to the Ghost Zone and hypnotised Huntress before knocking her out. This is when Batman shows up to confront Prometheus and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Work. They fist bump. He's like, I would have done the fucking same, boy. Prometheus quickly downloaded 30 of the world's greatest martial artists into his brain, Batman being one of them, and set up a disorientating light pattern on his helmet at the same time to distract Batman as they engaged each other in combat. So he now has all of the fighting stances of the 30 best fighters, including Batman, and he's flashing a strobing light so Batman is being blinded as they're fighting.
Okay, so he can fight as well as Batman, and the actual Batman is on the back foot now.
Yes. Flash and Kyle Rayner began their search and found that main power was going offline. Green Lantern noted that he was having trouble concentrating as his construct flashlight began to basically disappear. And Prometheus explains this because he's having trouble concentrating because of an invention of his called the neural shaft, which disorders conscious thought, making his power ring useless because he can't concentrate because there's a ringing in his brain that's going off, and
so he can't focus on making anything.
He can't focus on making anything. So Green Lantern is out of the way.
Fucking hell.
However, it does not work for Flash's high frequency brain. So Prometheus goes on to explain that he had a different plan for Flash, that he had been planting motion sensitive bombs since he arrived, so that if Flash should go 1 iota above normal speed, every one of them will explode and everyone will die.
Holy shit.
So the Flash is gone. He's done.
Can't use his powers, yeah.
So it's only Green Lantern, Flash and Martian Manhunter the main three have been gotten rid of. That's fine.
Yeah. And like others, other superheroes he's just thrown aside.
I didn't mention, by the way, at this point he drops the unconscious form of Batman in front of them and declares, 5 down, who wants to be number 6?
Holy shit. He beat Batman.
In a fight, yes.
Ridiculous. Amazing.
However, noting that Flash and Green Lantern are no longer a threat to him, Prometheus shoots them out of spite and walks away, leaving them for dead.
Just with a gun. Just kills these men.
I mean, they're useless. He doesn't need it. Batman quickly recovers, and I'm sure he's very happy to have been beaten in battle. He's definitely not going to take that badly. And is able to remove the bullet from Green Lantern. Flash's speed suit absorbed the kinetic force of the bullet, so he's not dead either, so that's thankful. Prometheus then breaks into the trophy room, where Superman and Wonder Woman are escorting the 100 members of the media to the technology shuttle base. The media personnel seem to be close to panic, as Prometheus explains that any minute now, Steel's hammer will come crashing through one of the walls to the watchtower, causing an explosive decompression, which will kill everyone in the tower.
Holy shit, it's all a part of the plan.
Now,
I love it so much.
Unknown to him at the time, Plastic Man had already intercepted Steel, so that wasn't happening, but that was part of the plan, that this hammer was going to blow everybody up. Except Superman. So, to save all of those lives, he said, I will spare everyone, Superman, if you kill yourself live on television, and only then will he allow the civilians to escape.
Holy shit. So he kind of knows he can't kill Superman himself.
Superman's the only one he can kill. And so he can take out everybody else, but Superman is just too powerful. So get Superman to kill himself in front of everyone. He does the job for you to save everyone. It's like the ultimate sacrifice.
So he's a hero.
Yeah. Now, what goes wrong, and it's something very small, is that Catwoman had snuck on to the ship as posing as one of the reporters. And she went along to see if she could steal a few things from the watchtower. Just randomly, she was there. Wasn't part of the plan though, Shaun. Prometheus had planned this out to an absolute...
That it would be...
This perfect.
He was expecting all civilians, no other threats other than the ones...
And she decides that she doesn't want to see so many people die. And so she very simply she whips Prometheus, right? And she just starts fighting him, and within 10 seconds beats him. Because he was not ready for that fight to occur.
Yeah, he didn't plan for that.
Yeah. And Steel then appears and takes control of Prometheus's technology. And so Steel takes back control. And so Prometheus decides to chalk this one up to experience and explains to Flash that he was actually lying about the bombs. And then teleports back to the Phantom Zone.
He just pieces out.
Yeah, he's like, doctors after it, bitches.
Amazing.
And so that's that comic book run. But I just wanted to cover that whole story. Normally I would give you the highlights, but that story is fucking great for this character.
That's ridiculous. That shows so well just how capable he is.
Oh, I have another one, by the way, that is even better. So what happened was that in the meantime, him and Batman had a rematch after that, and Batman had basically figured out a way to beat him. And so, it's amazing, by the way, he beats him by, when Prometheus tries to download the 30 best fighters again, what happens is Batman, like, hacks into the helmet, and instead he gives him the coordination and physical skills of Stephen Hawking. So...
Oh my god.
Isn't that fucking fucked?
That is and does Batman then just beat the shit out of him when he's on the ground? Beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, he absolutely kills him.
Love it.
And so, so Batman comes in and is just like, you're not happening again. Because and Batman's thing is if you give him any chance to prep. So now he's faced him once. So now it's 1-1 that they faced each other. And so what happened was Batman and Martian Manhunter conceded that no prison could hold Prometheus because, of course, they couldn't. So they placed him in a psychic loop to imprison his mind, trapped in his own memories by Martian Manhunter. And in this state, he was sent to Blackgate Prison. And basically, Martian Manhunter kept him in this state. And during all this, he had a copycat came in called Chad Graham while he was off. But what happened was, due to Martian Manhunter sharing a mental connection with him, anything that happened to him would affect Prometheus as well. And so in the comic books around this time, Martian Manhunter dies, Shaun.
Oh, no.
They've got this absolute fucking stone cold killer who nearly defeated the whole Justice League out of the way. Martian Manhunter dies. No link is going to keep him anymore. So he's back and he's returned to his body. He breaks out of prison immediately, recedes to one of his hideouts. He then finds out about the imposter and plans how to find him. After working out for a few days, he soon confronts the imposter Prometheus, Chad Graham, who Prometheus had intended to raise as a sidekick. Graham had been fighting the Blood Pack when Prometheus intervenes. And when Prometheus lands, the Blood Pack were like a team of superheroes. He rips off one of their arms, leaving him for dead. He then grabs Graham and teleports away to the Ghost Zone. Anima, who's another one of the heroes, had been trying to follow them, and she was cut in half.
Halfway through a portal situation.
He's just killed two of them, just immediately. He's back on the streets, and he's already killed two heroes.
Yeah, back in his business.
Back in his house, hidden in the Ghost Zone, Prometheus then tells the imposter how much of a disappointment he is, and to everything Prometheus stands for. Ending the conversation by burning Graham alive and taking back his equipment.
So no, Prometheus Robin situation.
No. And what happened was, the last shot of that is that Argus, who's the only hero left, is trying to keep Gunfire alive with no arms. Left in the alleyway. Right?
Jesus Christ.
But I'm finishing off my report with his final story. And you'll see why it's his final story. But he went out with a fucking bang. And a lot of this is repercussions to things that are very big in comic books, but you don't know where they come from. And Prometheus then initiates a huge plan against the Justice League. An even bigger one than he had done previously.
When he nearly beat them.
He unleashes a global crime wave to distract them in order to obtain technology needed for unknown reasons. After teleporting into the satellite in the guise of Freddie Freeman, who we know from Shazam, he goes in as Freddie Freeman, along with Atom, Green Lantern, Green Arrow and Supergirl. He proceeds to the control room, where Red Arrow finds him. And Red Arrow is like, "You're not Freddie Freeman." Like, he can tell. And Prometheus is like, "I am." And he's like, "No, you're not." And this is when a battle ensues. Due to his superior training, Prometheus wins. And how does he win, Shaun? By tearing off Roy Harper's arm with an acidic knife.
His classic move of ripping a man's arm off.
Now, Roy Harper, very famous for having a robotic arm, Speedy or Red Arrow as he's known. His arm was lost to Prometheus in this battle.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Fuck. That's a nice touch. I like that stuck around.
When he does this, he's confronted by the rest of the league that are all there, Shaun. Okay? So they all turn up, and there's like 20 against 1. And he's just in the tower. He defeats every single member of the league, including Zatanna, Red Tornado, Starman, Black Canary, Flash, Congorilla, Firestorm, Green Lantern, Starfire, Animal Man, Donna Troy, Green Arrow, Dr. Light, Hawkman, Hawkgirl, and Guardian. He beats every single one of them.
Just through fighting skill, is it?
He's better than all of them. In terms of technology, gadgets, fighting skill, he's got everything planned down to the absolute... He knows everyone who's going to be on that tower. And he knows how to defeat every single one of them.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
That's more than anyone's ever defeated, surely.
Yeah. And he's about to proceed to the next level when the unseen variable of a revived Donna Troy subdues him. Unseen variables are not something he deals with very well. And
he can't think on the fly is his whole deal.
Donna Troy subdues him and is about to kill him when she stops herself. And while being interrogated by the League, he soon reveals he had another plan. He didn't just turn up here to fuck up with them and to kick the shit out of them. He reveals that he had set up devices in all of the JLA members' home cities. Every single one of them. He'd set up a bomb. While meant to send the city out of time, it actually is highly damaging. And he basically tells them, if you kill me, the only way to get the codes to stop the detonation of the rest of their cities is to let me go. That you're not going to get the codes unless you let me leave into the Phantom Zone. And so...
Right.
They are basically fighting back and forth, and they're kind of like debating with each other. And in the meantime, Star City... blown up, Shaun. The bomb there's a trigger and it goes off accidentally, killing, I can't put a number on it, but it's over 100,000 people, including Roy Harper's daughter, Leanne Harper. So Prometheus took his arm and his daughter.
In like an hour.
No, this is a separate story. Oh no, actually, no, it's the same, sorry. I do apologise. Yeah, no, it's the same story, so it's about an hour that this happens in.
Fucking hell.
So Leanne Harper is his daughter, and she's only very, very young. And she is one of the people caught in the blast that kills half of Star City. And so after much debate, so they're still like debating, what the fuck do we do? Green Arrow explains that they have to let him go. Because, of course, Star City's his city, and it's been blown up. And so, like, he's got nothing to lose, but it's like, we can still save the rest of them. We have to let him go so he can give us the codes.
Oh, so he doesn't even get fucking, Roy Harper doesn't get revenge at all.
No, he just gets to leave. Now, this is the story where it ends, Shaun, because back in the Phantom Zone, or the Ghost Zone, Prometheus ponders how he could have made his plan succeed, because, I mean, Donna Troy was the only reason it didn't succeed. And what happens in the very last few panels of this comic book is we see him in the Phantom Zone, and he's kind of like, I could have won if I did this, I'll get them next time. I'm getting closer every single time to defeating... He defeated 20 of them this time, so he's like, I can defeat the rest of them. An enraged Green Arrow shows up and shoots him in the head, killing him, simply replying, justice. That's how the comic book ends. Green Arrow shows up and shoots him in the fucking head and says, because he's too dangerous to be left alive. He cannot be left.
Yeah, there's no fucking imprisonment this time. It's just, he's dead.
Because he just goes back to the Phantom Zone. So when he hops back to the Phantom Zone this time, Green Arrow must have followed him in. And because Star City's been blown up, so
that's his city.
Green Arrow's bull tick. He's just ready to kill anyone. And he just...
That's class.
The comic book ends with him killing him, and the last word is just justice, which is, of course, everything Prometheus hates.
Yeah, but he's gone now. Like, he's gone.
Yeah, and that's how he dies.
That's fucking class. That's really cool.
Didn't I tell you at the start? This is a character you would never have heard of, but he's going to be your new fave.
Yeah, he's twisted, but like you totally see where he's like why he does the things that he does. Like in his head, it all makes sense.
Like he genuinely Daredevil hallway fight scenes, the Justice League. Like he goes through them.
That's amazing.
So my powers and abilities.
So cool.
Powers and abilities we have. Though not having superpowers, Prometheus has appeared to be a deadly opponent without them. He has created more than 1,000 master plans to escape any situation and to defeat any meta-human that exists on the planet. He is one of the smartest men on the planet, rivaling Lex Luthor and Batman in planning, having master degrees in physics, biology, algebra, technology, English, history and religion. He's a brilliant strategist, able to form all kinds of plans to overcome anything, and has created countermeasures for them to succeed also. Even without his helmet, Prometheus is very skilled and very lethal hand-to-hand combatant because he trained for years, being able to defeat Batman and Lady Shiva in a fight. He has an IQ of 213 and has been shown to be able to use virtually anything as a weapon, being shown to throw CDs and pencils with deadly precision, rivaling Green Arrow. And he also uses the neural shaft to affect his opponent's concentration when he's fighting them, to kind of put them off.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
He is too powerful.
The best character you've never heard of. So,
yeah.
He's genius level intellect, of course. Multilingualism. He can speak 12 languages. He has intimidation. He's able to instill fear just like Batman does in all of his enemies. He's hand to hand, he's expert. Firearms, he's an expert. Tactical analysis, expert. His equipment, he's got the lightweight and durable body armour, so he's basically set up for fights. The armour is also able to fly through the manipulation of magnetic forces and generate force fields. So, able to generate force fields, just because he can. He's got a chameleon device, so he can blend into the background so you can't see him. He's got a computerized helmet, and which basically lets him download anything, any kind of information into his brain. He can download movements, mannerisms, fighting styles, anything into his new nervous system and become anybody he wants with any information he wants at any time.
At will, any time it suits him, and if it fails... Yes. He just leaves.
Yeah. He has hypnosis. By flickering the lights at a rate of 10 cycles per second, he can induce hypnosis. So when he's fighting you and the lights are flashing, he can hypnotize you because they flash so fast. He's also got memory enhancement. He's able to enhance his short-term memory. And amongst all that, he's got the cosmic key that he can use to go to the ghost zone or the phantom zone whenever he wants. And his only weakness is really... I mean, he's got lots of weapons that I didn't cover, but his one weakness is that if anything happens outside his plan, he's fucked. But if he plans it perfectly, which he always does most of the time, he can plan it like every single step, every single second, what everyone's going to do. He has 1,000 ideas. So if one of those things... If something happens that's so random, like 1,000 to 1 shot, like 10,000 to 1 shot, that's the only way he loses.
I get it. So it's not like he only has one plan. He has several dozen, if not 100 plans.
Yeah.
But if in any of those there's anything unaccounted for.
Like, there was no way he could have foreseen Catwoman going along to try and steal some things from the Watchtower.
Yeah, but he has like backups upon backups upon backups.
For anything that Superman does or Batman does or Flash does, he's got plans upon plans upon plans. But for someone that he couldn't foreseen to be there. So Shaun, that is my report on Prometheus, the most powerful and coolest character you've never heard of.
Yeah, like he sounds like if he... Like given enough prep time, he could beat anyone, basically.
Are you describing Batman or Prometheus?
Both, and it's interesting that they're so similar. I kind of like that because it just highlights that, like, oh shit, we're real lucky that Batman went in the right direction with his fucking
he's
crusade.
Literally Batman given a cosmic key, but he's just Batman. Like that's just all he does. Like, he just comes up with technology, builds it himself. He's a genius. He can speak all these languages, can fight any different fighting style, goes along with all the elites, everything.
So you think he's definitely going to be the big bad in the next Justice League movie?
Absolutely not. They did him in Arrow season 5 or 6, as I mentioned, and I think he was just another archer, if I remember correctly.
He had throwing stars, I think.
I can't remember what I can't remember what he had, but yeah, he was involved in that, and I can't remember the guy who played him. Was it Josh something? But he was he's very good in the role, but it's a character that's broken, and unless you bring in Superman and Wonder Woman, you can't beat him.
Yeah. Like, it's not fair to put season 5 Oliver Queen up against the comic book version of this
even
character.
The Flash, like the bit there where he's just like, I have all the bombs, you can't run. If you run, you die. And then Flash is like, oh no, they just shoots him. It's like, okay, what are you gonna do?
I love that he didn't actually have any bombs. He just Flash took him at his word.
And before he left, he like threw up the middle fingers like, fuck you, there was no bombs, you dickhead.
That's amazing. Thank you for telling us all about that character.
That's problem, Shaun.
Like, we don't often thank each other at the end of these. But I'm glad I learned something today, Connor.
That was one of those characters that I was doing the report and getting excited because like, I can't wait to tell Shaun this. This is cool.
It is. It's so cool. And I looked up a photo of him on Google Images so I could have him in my head as you're going through this. Very cool costume.
Very cool idea. Yes, very cool costume. It's going to look good in the Instagram post.
It's going to look good in live action. Yes, thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Hero or Zero. We will be back Monday with Movie Mondays, Wednesday with Weird News Wednesday, and Friday with another Hero or Zero. Big thanks to everyone who supports us over on Patreon. Patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. €5, $5, $5 whatever over there gets you access to all of our movie reviews. We're also doing reviews on Loki episodes. We're doing those coming out every 2 weeks, so head on over there if that sounds interesting to you. Also down below is all of the social medias. Facebook, Heroes for Hire podcast, or Detective Divilment's discussion group. Twitter is at Heroes for Hire pod, and the Instagram is Heroes for Hire podcast. But the best way you can ever help out the show is by telling one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
And I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I've been Connor Lawler.
I have been Shaun Meehan.
I will see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.